Hi everyone, it's Phil. So I guess this is the day, is it 4 or 5? Um, who the hell knows, I'll find out later and I'll just label it on the video. Yeah, I just got off the phone with Cancer Research UK, and the main reason I contacted them was because for the past 3 years, as I mentioned before, I've been giving to Cancer Research UK. First it was like just £2 a month. Now it's like £8 a month. And so I really just wanted to get some more information off them, because when I was taken to my histology report and they told me I had this anaplastic astrocytoma, I'll go back a bit further. Before the operation, I gave permission for the Walton Centre to donate whatever they take out to science, so they can learn more about this type of tumour and so on. But I was only told once I got to histology after the operation that any of that data I would never find out about, what would come of it, what would come of it. And if anything did come of it, then that would not affect how I'm treated. Now, obviously yesterday was 4th of February, so, that does make this the 5th vlog, yeah. That was World Cancer Day. And obviously there's been a lot of cancer in the news recently. For example, we've lost so many stars to it recently. We lost David Bowie last month. We lost Alan Rickman. We've only just recently lost a British comedian, Rabsy Nesbitt. Hey Millie, say hello to the internet. Don't get shy. You're never shy. But anyway, I'm just hoping this is going to be a good day, because I got my best friend Dave coming around later on. But it was a bit frustrating talking on the phone to this woman, because it just seems like everyone's like, there's not enough data, we've not done trials for long enough. It's like, well, how long does a trial need to be before we start getting all these new treatments? And in that Davos meeting that Joe Biden had, a lot of what was coming of that was people saying how they need to collect data from all over the world and have it easily accessible. But it's obviously not easy to access it at the moment, because I'm a cancer patient and I can't access my data. I've never seen a slide of my anaplastic cells. Every time I get an MRI scan and I ask, can I see the image? I'm told, no, that will go to your oncologist, you will not be able to see it. And I find that quite frustrating, because I don't see it as patronising, because I'm not an oncologist, but I just find it frustrating, because these are things that are happening in my own body, and what was taken out of my brain and I donated, that used to be my brain, part of my brain, and it's just, every time if you can subscribe to so many different things on Twitter that are in relation to cancer research, and everyone's going down all these different avenues, and it's kind of like, well, where do you start? Is it MYC and turning that off in the cells? It's a good theory, turning that off so that you don't get cells going rapidly out of control. But then there's nothing in terms of that, in terms of brain cancer research. So that's really frustrating for me. I've been told by my oncologist that there's nothing for me in terms of gene therapy either, which is another new thing I heard about this year. Well, actually, to be honest, I heard about all these things over the past 3 years that I've been donating to Cancer Research UK. So while I was donating, I was under this impression that, oh yeah, we are at an inflection point and there are new things coming out. But the fact is, today, the day after World Cancer Day, 5th of February, these things are not there. In the UK, we will have to wait till probably 2017 or 2018 before we actually get proton beam therapy machines here that can treat harder to reach cancers. Because at the moment we only have one lower energy one at Clatterbridge, and that is only for, I guess, spinal and some rare eye cancers. And it's just, I guess I just woke up, well, I didn't wake up frustrated. I'm frustrated after speaking to Cancer Research UK, because it just seems like they're not in line with what was being said at that Davos meeting with Joe Biden. It just seems they're not on the same page as them, because there's so much else going on, and it's like, oh, well, what's available to the UK? And in real terms, what's available to the UK is all the things I heard about when I was a kid. Radiotherapy and chemotherapy. So, yeah, it's like, well, how much money is it going to take? How much time is it going to take on these trials before they actually start getting data back? And when they get this data, what's stopping them from communicating that really vital, important data with the rest of the world? And, because there must be some kind of bureaucracy that's slowing them down. But anyway, I guess that's just been a big rant of mine since I got off the phone. Oh look, Amy's joined me. Royal Amy. What would you have to say to your royal subjects? I mean, another area of research that I was looking at before all this was specific diets and so on. And with the type of tumour I have, there's no specific diet that an oncologist can recommend to me because they don't have any proof or any data that it's going to benefit me. Although they do say that sugar is something that you just don't need in your diet, or in any human diet, for example. I do find it interesting, some of the research that's been done on I think it's called the ketogenic diet. So the whole principle is that you have as low carb as possible, quite high fat, and I guess medium protein. And I've seen some people that have pretty advanced, worse tumours than me, and that they're doing pretty well on this diet. It's keeping their strength up and, their weight up and so on as they go through treatment. But there's even been research done on, for example, on dogs, where, sorry, I'm so sorry. You're not a science experiment. You're not going to be put in the lab, don't worry. You're too important for that. You're royal. She just kicked me, by the way. Yeah, she does that a lot. She likes to spread out. It's all your space, isn't it? Yeah, so anyway, there's been a lot of research on dogs with, I guess, part of it was tumours that were implanted, I guess, and some that were natural tumours, and they were given specific controlled diets, and the ones that were on this a specifically controlled ketogenic diet, these tumours were just so responsive because they were just, these tumours were basically not being fed. You know, these tumours, they feed off like glucose and any kind of like sugar and shit, basically. So in a lot of these patients, you know, it's doing them good. You know, they're doing well, and their strength's up, and their scans are coming back good, and they're basically starving cancer out of their body. What essentially they're doing is they're treating their cancer as a kind of malnutrition rather than a genetic diet. And there's going to be so many, in the science community, there's going to be so much of a divide there, you know, and it's a massive area of debate, I guess. But yeah, I guess just a bit of a frustrating morning after talking to Cancer Research UK. But I'm still not going to stop donating to them, because who knows, whatever I donate might help someone else, just like with what I donated out of my own brain. And like I say from the start, I would not wish this upon anyone. Well, I guess I should leave it there. I've probably ranted too much today. Hope you're all doing well. So, see you later, guys.